I'm Natalie and this is James, and this is our home, Zephyr. We have been sailing around the world for the past 4 years, and now we have got a couple of stowaways on board. Meet Flint and Kira, two puppy Weimaraners that are joining the adventure. Subscribe and welcome to our channel, Sailing Zephyr. Last week we planned to do an offshore passage from Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina to Fernandina Beach, Florida. It all seemed to be going well. We had the right winds, the right swell direction, the sails were full, we were on a lean, and we were happy with our progress.
Well, we are into our sail pretty good now. Been averaging between 5 to 6.5 knots. The wind is so gusty. It's like sitting at 11, 12, it goes up to 22, it drops down to 15, it goes up to 20. We'll see what happens when we round the frying pan shoals off of the Southport inlet here. We'll be turning more towards starboard, probably about 20 degrees. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the wind and the swell then lines up, whether we'll be ahead of the beam or on the beam. The wind is just behind the beam at the moment, so see how that all goes. But we'll check in with you when we make that turn and see how we go. We have turned at the frying pan shoals, and no, things did not get better, they got worse. But it is what it is. We're more into the wind. We've got the wind at about 60 degrees. It's so gusty. So you get the sails balanced and then you just get a gust. It's like 10 knots more. Boat rounds up. It's just really, really annoying. So we're going anywhere from 10, 11 knots of wind to 20 knots of wind. And boat speed goes anywhere from like 4.5 to over 6.5, and we're pounding it to swell, as you can see. So yeah, we decided not to bail in here at Southport. We're gonna keep going. We're definitely looking forward to getting into Fernandina Beach. Nat's feeling pretty good. We smashed a chili that was oh so delicious, and Flinty's asleep here. Just can't seem to figure out what she's doing right now. Alright guys, we will say goodnight now and we'll check in with you in the morning.
We continue on, even though now we are bashing into the waves and the wind is now almost a southerly. But as night falls upon us...
Alright, so quick update. We are bailing in the Southport. The conditions just got worse and worse. The wind turned, well, almost to 30 degrees on the nose. The swell was doing the same. Absolutely taking a pounding, and yeah, we don't really want to sit through that. So we're bailing into Southport here, and we'll try again tomorrow if the conditions improve. But right now we got a tricky entrance. Southport is also known as Cape Fear. But yeah, we're gonna give it a crack. Here we go. Well, that's it. We are in. The doggos are comfortable. Big thank you to our patrons and our very, very good friends, Andrew and Stacy, off of their sailboat, who rushed over from their marina to help us tie up here at these free docks here in Southport. Coming in the dark to somewhere you've never been is always a bit nerve-wracking. We have been down this part of the ICW. It was just this particular dock we hadn't been to before, so. But yeah, big thanks to them. It really made the tying up go really well. We can't thank them enough, but we are secure. That was a horrible 51 miles. Sometimes the weather just doesn't do what it says it's supposed to be doing. And yeah, that had way more south in it. The wind was well up above what was forecasted. And yeah, that was a beating. We got smashed. The boat is turned upside down, and yeah, so never pleasant. It's days like that that make you really appreciate the good days of sailing. So but anyways, we're really tired, so Nat's just jumped in the shower, and I'm gonna have a little bit of food because I'm starving and I'm cold. All right, guys, we'll check in with you tomorrow. All right, good morning. Well, the engine is on. It's 7:30. We've walked the dogs. This is the nice free dock that we tied up to last night. So we made a call. We don't think the swell will have calmed down yet, so we're gonna do an ICW run down to Calabash, and then that's where we'll poke out. So we have about 28 miles, and we're gonna get going. Nat's getting ready to throw me the line.
Here you go.
That's it. So the wind is actually pushing us onto the dock, isn't it, Nat?
Yeah.
So it's easy to get the lines off.
That's it. You've only got the springer on now.
So that's going to drive us forward a little bit. So you can pretty much hold the boat from going forward.
Yep.
And I'll back us out.
Okay. Thank you so much for yesterday. Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
And there you go. That's probably one of the easiest in and outs of a dock I think we've ever had. So fantastic. All right, we're gonna settle in. I think it's time for coffees. It's so freaking cold. We keep saying this, but it is. We gotta get south so fast. All right, we're gonna settle down for a little bit here. All right. Our friends on Aria, Stacy and Andrew are in this marina here. They're the ones that helped us out last night. So as I was saying, we've made the decision to run the ICW to a place called Calabash. We've anchored there many times, and it's got a short little inlet out. Now I guess a little bit more about why we're doing that. So we said, yeah, we think the swell is still gonna be a bit of a problem. The wind is meant to have turned more north, so it's like northwest now. Well, at least that's what all the forecast models say. Well, most of them. But I can tell you for certain there's still a ton of south in this wind. So I'm not sure what's going on with the forecasts. But the wind, I would even argue there's more south in the wind today than there was yesterday. So I think definitely we made the right decision to not just go right back out, because I think we would still have the same issue we had yesterday, maybe even worse, to be honest. So yeah, that's basically why. So something that you do get on the ICW from time to time is you get barges or tugboats pulling or pushing barges, various things up and down these rivers. And for the most part, it's pretty okay. But sometimes the channel that you're in can be quite narrow, and obviously if you're a sailing vessel and constrained by draft, it can make it a little hair-raising when you got to get right over, or you're getting off of the actual charted path, so to speak, that you're on it. We got quite a big one coming here, so I'll sort of show you what I'm talking about. So you can see this is what we're following at the moment, and I'm gonna have to get right over out into that area there. We got a big barge coming. All right, I'm gonna set this up and you guys can see. There you go. So that's a pretty big one. I was right over next to the docks, but we were all good. We only got down as low as 7.5 feet of water, so all was well. But yeah, that's definitely probably one of the bigger risks, and then shoaling. But yeah, lots of interesting stuff on the ICW. Anyways, back to freezing my baguettes off.
yeah, the entrance to the anchorage, the one we're in now, is very dodgy. James saw just
a bit less than a foot under the keel.
Okay, well, we are anchored.
We are anchored.
There's another boat here, but I don't think anyone's on it because there's no dinghy or anything.
No dinghy. All right.
Let's head inside where it's nice and warm.
Heck yeah.
Although the sun's out now, which is kind of nice.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
Come on then, let's go.
Inside, everybody.
Come on, inside.
Oh, the sun is like making the boat so nice and warm inside at the moment.
I know. I need to close up.
Yeah. Oh, it's so lovely in here. As you can hear, I've just literally woken up, and for the first time on Zephyr, we have ice. It's how cold it is here. Look at this. Right here. Frozen. Ice inside on the window trim. This is crazy. We need to go. We're going south today as fast as we can because, yeah, this is ridiculous. We are so cold. The dogs ended up sleeping the morning in bed with us because it was ridiculous. So we're gonna start the engine, head out the inlet here, and start heading south now. We're gonna do 230 miles if we can. Friday the wind does turn from the south, so if that happens, then we'll just tuck in Georgia or something. But yeah, we're just gonna push as fast as we can, as hard as we can to get south because, yeah, the boat's frozen and this is not fun. So, quick update. Fortunately, the engine did start. I was worried when it was so cold and close to freezing like this that it wouldn't start, but it started no problem. We actually just had our fridge temperature gauge. It's been sitting out all night and it says 34 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think is about 1 Celsius. So yeah, it's super cold. The coldest I think we've ever had it on the boat. Pot of coffee, pull up the hook. I'm wearing my foul weather gear, head to toe.
If this isn't motivation to get south, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Because when you can't feel anything, there's ice on the boat. I've never experienced that before.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, I'm gonna put my foulies on. I think Nat's gonna whip up a pot of coffee and I'm gonna get the hook up and we're gonna get going. It's high tide, so this dodgy little anchorage that we've actually been in so many times. Luckily we know it quite well to get into. Don't have to worry about depth, and it's slack high tide, so going out the inlet here at Calabash Creek will be no problem. Alright, let's go. So I haven't worn this jumper, I think, since I was in Spain. Nat's grandmother gave me this jumper. This is her husband, so Nat's grandfather's, what do you call it, a Guernsey jumper?
Yeah.
The Guernsey jumper. These are very famous wool jumpers that are, I only break this out in the most extreme conditions, but it is literally the warmest thing ever. Alright, let's go. How are you doing, Milus? I think you guys are gonna keep your jumpers on today.
I got so many layers on, I can't close my coat. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers and then my coat. Okay, we ready to pick up? Oh, we're hoping it's better than the other day. That was horrendous. But we need to get south fast. 1, because of my visa. 2, because it's so cold. 3, we need to get these guys' vaccines all up to date. The current is so strong here that I've just got it ticking forward as he's pulling his anchor up. It's off the ground, so I don't want us to be going backwards. But you also don't want to be driving forward, because then you're driving while your anchor's hanging in the ground.
There you go. You can see we got the sun, the inlet here, the Calabash Little River Inlet, whatever you want to call it. Then we got a fishing boat coming behind us.
Well, we've got something already. Already? Oh, it's big. It's big. All right, he's getting closer and closer, as you can see behind me. And he's not changing course, so James has started changing course, so twist the pole away. Poor James was fast asleep. So the Jenny went in, engine on, and now we've got the mainsail out. But it's flapping because we're getting all this like side swell that's pretty big, so something must have happened out there offshore.
Yeah.
If you'd like to be a part of the journey and become a patron, go to the link you see here on the screen. Another way you can support us is by hitting that subscribe button.